Hi everybody. Feel free to shuffle around or fill a gap here. My name's Ashley Greeley. I work for Lynn Clark, so there's some method here to our madness. So she just talked to you about the CAE program, the Centers of Academic Excellence in Cybersecurity. I'm actually a former high school teacher, now working at the NSA. It's a story we don't have time for. But if I could write a book about it, I would, but unfortunately I can't. Lucky to get slides approved. So background overview, my passion is bringing opportunities to the youth of America because we have a workforce problem. The only way we're going to fill that problem is to get opportunities in front of them earlier so that they know about cybersecurity. At the same time, in presenting those opportunities, we're building a more cyber-aware populace. It's a win-win for us all. And so that's the world I live in. That's my passion. I love working with students and teachers. I did not leave as a disgruntled teacher. I love teaching. I miss it. And then I go talk to a colleague and I don't miss it so much. Or I see my paycheck and I remind why I jumped to federal service. So let me talk to you about our vision in our office. I wish Diane was still here because she made this happen as our commandant. But what we did in about 2019, 2020, right around COVID, we aligned all of our outreach programs into a true pathway program. So our vision is that a student in middle school attend a Gen Cyber camp on one of our great college campuses all across this country or a not-for-profit. And it lights the spark. Again, if it doesn't light the spark, they gain enough knowledge to know about the devices that they're operating with on a daily basis. So again, it's a win-win. Okay? We then have developed what's called RING, and I'll go through this in a second. Okay? But RING is a foundational cybersecurity course for high school students. Then through RING, we hope that they gain an awareness of some of our scholarship programs, whether it be CyberCore or you'll hear from Alice later on a panel about the DoD Cyber Scholarship Academy. Cyber Service Academy, name switch. It used to be CYSP. Okay? I'm getting better at it. And then they get into one of those scholarship for service programs. The hope then is also they enroll, in order to do that, they have to be at a CAE. Okay? We have all kinds of competitions, internships, et cetera, for CAE students. Then the goal is the workforce, whether that be through military service, government service, academia, industry. We don't care. We want all hands on deck because we work in a world now where industry and government work side by side in our world. So we want to get them in the workforce, though we do prefer federal service. So that's our vision. We know it works because we have people at the NSA who come up to me and say, hey, I got my start in Gen Cyber. And it warms my heart. I'm like, yes, it's working. Okay? Everywhere I go now, when I go to a conference, we have name recognition for our programs. Okay? And so let me talk a little bit about each of these. Gen Cyber is our oldest. It started in 2015. It is a grants program. So universities, colleges, community colleges, they compete to host these. We give them very basic guidelines, but again, the overall goal is to raise cybersecurity awareness and access to content for both middle school and high school students and teachers. So we have really two different types of camps going on out there. We have a few institutions, usually 2 or 3 every summer, who are very bold and they work with students and teachers in the same environment, which is fun. We have about a handful that also offer residential camps, and we call them our special hosts. If you've ever had middle school students for a week on your campus, congratulations, there's a special spot for you, because that's a heavy lift. But we shifted this in 21 to also include pre- and post-camp outreach events, because we realized we're really, really good at raising awareness, but our retainment is kind of lacking. So now we're trying to do some things to retain these students and teachers in the cybersecurity pathway. So I do put URLs. Alice has a whole sheet of URLs. I'll get to that at the end, but if you're a paper person, I brought you paper because, again, former high school teacher, I love paper and killing trees. All right, so our next and newest is a grant. It's called Regions Investing in the Next Generation. We call it RING. This was developed by the University of Alabama, Huntsville, along with a variety of other community partners, CAEs. This is a foundational high school cybersecurity course based off the CAE foundational knowledge units. So if you're an educator, you know this is a jackpot. This means students that go through Ring or teachers who are teaching Ring are prepping those freshmen and sophomores who enroll in your cyber programs. They don't come in going, how do I put this Raspberry Pi together? I have no idea what this is. And you have to, as a PhD, teach a 20-year-old how to put a Raspberry Pi together. We're trying to get beyond that so that you can actually drill down and get them workforce ready and do the job of a PhD rather than having to bring it down in order to meet them there. Trying to make jobs easier. Okay? This is available for students anywhere in the United States. They offer it 4 different ways. They're enrolling right now for their summer course, which was new. They didn't see a summer surge coming, so they developed a summer course. But there's also a year-long course, and then there's 2 semester courses. So they are offering this course year-round to any student in the United States. All they need is access to a laptop. Beyond that, everything else is provided. It is completely free. Very soon, hopefully by next academic year, students going through this course hopefully will receive credit from UAH for a foundational cyber course. Our hope then is that spreads amongst the CAEs and they get it from other CAs as well. We're very, very close to getting this to a dual credit course. For teachers, what we didn't see coming, teachers want this. We have over 1,000 teachers in all 50 states utilizing this curriculum on a daily basis in their classroom. It's all housed in Canvas, which is a learning management system. They can use modules, they can use the whole course. We don't care, it's completely free. It comes with labs, activities, a teacher pacing guide, everything. So we only have about 250 students that have completed Ring so far, but again, we have over 1,000 teachers growing daily using this course, including faculty across the country who have been tasked with developing a cyber program, so they use this to build their course around. And again, there's the URL. If you know anyone, any high school students, and in fact, we have a couple middle school students taking this too, because we don't care. That's how you sign up for it. That's how you get access. At the same time, we have 2 pretty intense teacher development courses, or teacher development grants. One is called NCTA, the National Cyber Teaching Academy. What we learned from some of our teachers out there is they're beyond the intro-level cyber courses. They needed something more intense. And they needed a way to get their CTE certification so that they could teach cybersecurity in their CTE pathway. So out of this came NCTA. We have right now 4 different degree granting institutions, CAEs, leading this charge. This is for high school teachers. When the high school teacher completes this over the course of 2 summers, they came out with either 12 or 18 graduate cert hours in cybersecurity. In most states, if you don't know your CTE, it takes 18 CTE hours, basically, or grat cert hours to teach CTE in a state. This is all free to the teacher. In a lot of states still, the teacher's gonna get a salary boost for those 18 hours. Okay, so we're trying to dangle a carrot here. The other one is CHI. This is more of a traditional, again, 2 summers. They go through a series of cyber courses, again for high school teachers, and then it ends with a capstone. So this summer in a week in July, we have 5 different CAEs who will have high school teachers on their campus for a week for a capstone environment, and they pull in industry, academia, and local government, whatever. So one is, for example, one's in Idaho Falls. So Department of Energy will be there. National Labs will be there. And they will work and they will get a pretty immersive experience over the course of that summer. Again, making the teacher more prepared to go back to their classroom and open up these opportunities for their high school students.
Actually, they get CUIs?
Yeah, they get CUIs. They get professional development credit through their states. So not grat cert, but they still get PD hours. That helps, again, free. That keeps their licensure up within their states. Every teacher needs a number of CIUs, whatever the state calls it. What else do we have going on out there? We are busy. Our academic partners are busy. Here's some other resources I thought you might like. Again, all of these are on a piece of paper. But we have worked really, really hard to get all of our grant materials into Clark. Clark is a free resource library. So if you're just a person like me who belongs in this nerd track, this was the most appropriate conference I've ever been at, because I'm like, stick me in the nerd track. I like to just read and I like to self-better. I don't like to take classes. I like to do it at my own pace. There are full courses in Clark. Okay? Let's say you've got to teach a course and you're like, you know what, I need a little something, something. It's probably in Clark. And now we have K12 resources in Clark as well. All of the Gen Cyber lesson plans produced by all of our hosts go into Clark. So if you don't know about that, it's utilized by more people than we know. We have industry people now utilizing Clark for internal trainings. They'll just pull things from it, and that's what it's there for. E-mates, again, if you're kind of a nerd and you just like to do things, e-mates are little interactive activities. Some of them take 2 minutes, some of them take a little bit longer, searchable by topic. So if you're faculty, I know there's a few faculty in here. There's one on subnetting, because I've only found one person that actually likes teaching subnetting, and that's because I was like, hey, who likes teaching subnetting? And one guy raised his hand, and I was like, you're the one. There's an e-mate on that. Okay? If you need something quick, we call them bell ringers at the secondary level, but you can use these. If you just want to play around with them, they're there for you. If you're in classes and you need a quick activity, they're all interactive. And those are all developed with grant money.
If you need one and it's not there, let us know.
Yeah, they will make it for you.
I'll make one up.
That's why there's like 130 of them now, because they listen to people. And then last but not least, we do have an Education Pathway National Center. They work a lot with developing resources. I don't want to talk a lot about them, because every time I go to their website, they're hosting a new sort of CERT training, professional development. I can't keep up with them. But that is their website, and it is constantly being updated. That is Moraine Valley, which is a community college outside of Chicago, so Midwest region. And then this is the sheet of paper I have for you. I only got 15 minutes, so I flew through this really quickly. But does anybody have any questions, comments? Yes, sir.
For the Ring Initiative programs, are those available for homeschool?
Absolutely. In fact, that's why we put the grant. So our target audience was rural, homeschooled, and under-resourced, because I keep hearing from homeschool parents, what do you have for us? So absolutely. You can do it through a co-op, so if you have your own teacher, or you can just have the students enroll in it. Are you a homeschool lead? Get my card and I can talk to you. Because I know sometimes people are a little hesitant, they want to see it first. I can help you. Yep. Yes, sir.
I just want to mention my son is studying aerospace engineer at UAH, so I was really pleased to hear what they're doing.
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yes, they're very good.
I wanted to ask my question. It's actually, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Cyber Patriot.
Yes.
Do y'all collaborate with
Yes.
on things?
So not as much since COVID, but we used to be on the stage together.
Cool.
Because between Gen Cyber and Cyber Patriot, those are the two programs that raise awareness at the middle and high school level. We did a 5-year report, and I have the data to prove that. Yeah. So I constantly get asked to create competitions, and I'm like, no, go to Cyber Patriot. You know, again, why produce something that is excellent? We have other things we can spend our money on. I am constantly shoving people to Cyber Patriot. It does a great job. Their ethics module is beautiful, and it builds a community, which is what our whole goal is as well. So yes, thank you for bringing that up. If you're not involved with Cyber Patriot, there's a great opportunity there to volunteer as well and be a coach or mentor.
My son's STEAM teacher, when he was in high school, actually ran Cyber Patriot. And they
Perfect.
Did robotics and rocketry.
Yep.
We're talking good STEAM machines. High school.
Yep.
So anything that can bring those kind of programs along into the high schools.
Yep. And they're doing a really good job. Yeah. When people ask me how to get involved, I'm like, all it takes is your time. We don't need your money. Well, we need congressional money. We don't need your money. We need your time. So if you can volunteer, if your institution's hosting a Gen Cyber, volunteer. Just do that outreach. The thing I said at WESIS, and it got a round of applause, is if you know a local school that is really active in STEM, we don't even care about cyber at this point. If they're active in STEM, volunteer your time. That teacher may cry while hugging you. They need help, and they don't know where to start. So if you approach them, you will do wonders. And I don't care what your background is. Don't just walk into the school. That doesn't go well nowadays. Okay? Usually you'll meet the officer, okay? But seriously, find a teacher, especially if you're passionate, if you like elementary school, middle school, high school, whatever it is. Elementary school kids scared me. I dealt with the big kids, juniors and seniors. Those are my people, okay? They're weird, but they're trying to figure life out, all right? But I still go back to Indiana, to my home state, and I give these sort of talks because that's all it takes. That's all it takes sometimes to light that spark.
Super inspirational. Let's give Ashley
Thank
a
you.
hand.